everyone. Welcome back to my Lunar Wheel series. In this video, I'm going to chat about the turning of the wheel, the change of the seasons, and how I'm documenting it. Then we'll flip over the wheel for a little journaling about colors, what's blooming, and what I would name this moon right where I am during this time of year. But first, a pencil sketch. From my nature walk, I already know I want to capture the carpet of violets and purple flowers on the ground, as well as the absolutely radiant yellow daffodils. So I'm letting those two colors be my guide. Since I used purple in the month before, I don't want to overdo it with big, bold violets. So I let them fill in the background while the yellow daffodil takes center stage. I'm working in watercolors and laying my watercolors down from light to dark. First, I block in the lightest colors. Then I'll go back to add shadows in corners and pops of color along some of the petal edges. The shape is challenging, so I keep the violets in the smaller piece of the pie and let the whole daffodil fill up the largest end. Because I want the violets to stay in the background, I'm not painting them as fully open flowers or with their heart-shaped leaves. Instead, I'm focusing on the curving green stems and the purple veins on the backs of the flower petals. Enough detail that you know it's a violet, but not so much that it's competing with the daffodil. This design is divided right down the middle so that it moves from dark to light. It reminds me of how March feels most years. It's cold and bare when you enter, but by the time March is over, the sun is out, the first flowers are blooming, green buds are on trees, and we've already had our first warm days. From here, I'm painting in layers, adding details like shading beneath the petals, and highlights and pops of color to the ruffly edges of the daffodils. I'm painting right over my pencil sketches, not worrying about them since I will cover them with ink when I outline the piece. I kind of like the little sketchy bits too. If I didn't like it, if the pencil marks were too dark on the painted area, or the painted area was pale and delicate and I didn't want to chance any gray wash from the lead, I could erase it. Even after I've painted it, I can still erase out the pencil lines. But I'm comfortable that it will only add to the shading here. I'll be quiet now and just enjoy the process as it all comes together. Now I'll start on the inking. It's the technique that pulls it all together. I don't follow every line, just the parts I want to stand out, and I make sure there are dots and gaps so I don't lose the delicate edges of the petals. I don't know exactly what I'm going to outline before I start. I kind of let the art tell me. I usually begin with the outermost petals or the stems I want to stand out from the dark green background, and then I move inward, using the black to deepen the shadows or give depth to the veins and wrinkles on the petals. Inking the outline just makes the whole piece feel finished. On the back of the wheel, I'm making nature notes for each month, including a little palette of stones across the top, so I can look back and see the colors I thought were most prominent this time of year. Underneath that, in pencil, I have jotted down my thoughts on the season. I do a first pass in pencil since it's such a tight space. I want to make sure everything fits. Then I go back over it in pen and erase the pencil marks. I'm writing different moon names based on what is blooming or what's happening in the season. Daffodil moon, violet moon, first flowers moon, and sun-warmed moon. I'm enjoying documenting this as it's so easy to forget as the next season and moon cycle comes in. I think the moon names are going to need their own art project. I have a lot more ideas for moon names than fit in this space. One last detail. I decided to make the winter rose hip from February overlap the dividing line. More on that in upcoming videos, but if you were watching closely and saw I missed it, don't worry, I didn't forget.